Okay, what's up, YouTube? I recently got a post that I know exactly why I got the post and why the person posted it because they work for the organization and they want to stick up for them. So I gotta burn them. I can't let this go on any longer. Okay, so somebody asked me in the comments, how do I know that the ticket clinic is full of it and in cahoots, subcontracted by the courts to bring in extra cash for them? Well, because I know the owner. I worked on a race team and I worked on his car, and I know the person. I'm not gonna get into any like vulgar names, but I know he's got connections with certain places and certain judges, and this is how this goes. So let me just explain a few things. Here's how, if you've ever gone to the ticket clinic, here's how it works. You go in, you pay them $100 non-refundable or refundable. It's refundable if they win, but if they lose, they get to keep the money and so on and so forth, and you still have to pay the courts. So it is not in their benefit for you to win the case because then they don't make any money. They got to give you back your money and blah, 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 blah. So if you lose, they get money, the court gets paid, everybody gets paid, and you look like a dumbass. Well, here's where I know for a fact that it's full of crap and the whole system is rigged. I had to look these up and write them down, so this kind of took me a while to put together. I'm not some nobody. I'm not going to claim who I am and who I'm not, but I can tell you that there are members of my family that are very, very high up. One of them was the VP for Wells Fargo for, I don't know, a decade. And I know the ins and outs. So let me just continue real quick before I run out of footage here. This is right out of the Constitution. The constitutional law, section 329, page 1135, states that the right of a citizen to travel upon the public highway and to transport his property thereon in the ordinary course of life and business is a common right which he has under the right to enjoy life and liberty, to acquire and to possess property, and to pursue happiness and safety. It includes the right in doing so to use ordinary and usual conveyances of the day and under existing modes of travel, and includes the right to drive a horse-drawn carriage, wagon thereon, or to operate an automobile thereon, a private automobile thereon, and the usual and ordinary purposes of life and business. And each state and county, whatever, is supposed to be given faith that they're going to abide by these constitutional laws and not mess with the citizens. So, in doing so, they also made this law in the Constitution. This is the Licensing Liberty Act, Murdoch versus Pennsylvania. No state shall convert a liberty into a license. That means you can't take the freedom of driving a car and charge somebody a license so that they can drive on it and then imprison them for it. And charge a fee, therefore, if the state converts a right liberty into a privilege, the citizen can ignore the license and fee and engage in the right and liberty and impunity. Shuttleworth versus the city of Birmingham, Alabama. Also, another thing to know, cops like to say, oh, you're a sovereign citizen, blah, 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 you don't like to follow the laws. Okay, going back to that, the Supreme Court in the year 2000 held that the American people are in fact sovereign and not the states or the governments. The court went on to define that local, state, and federal law enforcement officers are committing unlawful action against sovereign people. Enforcement of laws are personally liable for their actions. Leavenworth County versus Lowe.